got a better win rate online than Atlanta. Does that not make them onliners?
Onliners. Damn, Cookie dropping. Drop mic, bro.
Anyway,
Drop the mic.
I say
Sorry, couldn't have myself on that one.
Toronto winning it back to back, and I think Hicksy's going to get man of the MVP.
Ooh, okay. Nice. I'm going to throw mine out there a little bit. And no, not Seattle. What color shirt am I wearing?
Oh, you're not going to say Breach?
It's Optic.
Yeah, I was going to say Optic. I reckon Optic will actually win the next major.
Breach is the same colours, you know that.
That's true, but Houston was owned by the guys that owned Optic, so fuck you.
That's what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say. I think LAD's
going to
win,
and
okay?
I reckon Ghosty will get MVP.
Ooh.
I reckon he's got himself confident. He's taking control of the Optic in regards to the comms. I reckon he'll come out and start frying.
Nah, man, LA Thieves are taking the rest of it the whole year.
Shock.
Yep.
MVP?
It's not their stage to win yet.
Kenny, every day, bro. Kenny's going to turn up. Kenny's going to be back-to-back MVP again. Back-to-back-to-back because they got a 5th major this year, so... Yeah.
What are you drinking, Betty? You're not on the alcohol already, are you?
You heard on, boy, bro. We're taking it all this year, okay?
I've been saying it since the beginning of the year.
No, we're taking it all this year, okay?
One can have some hope.
That's all it is at this stage.
Yep.
Like, they lost to the Legion.
71 to 201.
Whoa. Don't. Oi, Reaper, you need to calm down, okay? You almost lost to London, okay? You almost got double, triple rounded by fucking London, okay? You need to relax.
Legion.
Yeah, I know.
Legion's a laughing stock.
You think Legion is worse than London?
No. I'll agree with Benny on this one. Legion is doing better than London.
Hey, we lost the fucking Claystar. You lost the fucking Nasty, bro. Don't fucking.
No, they didn't lose. They almost.
Almost. But the fact it was 3-2. The fact it was 3-2.
Well,
Question marks.
We didn't.
Hey, you guys didn't fire up to.
We didn't. Wait.
If you wanted to ask, you would have been gone, bro. Okay.
Did we make finals?
Paris. Wait, did we make finals?
It was like 100 v 4 each time.
What the fuck do you mean?
Didn't you get knocked out back to back, pretty much?
No, fuck no, we won. Yeah, but we 3-0'd Rocker, baby, and we 3-0'd Rocker. Didn't we get fucking 3-2 London, bro?
Yeah, like
you almost lost to London. Don't talk to me.
Rocker, arguably worst team this year.
No. Okay, correction. Rocker, arguably worst team in CDL history.
No way.
What other team has, like, I was looking at some stats, and their map count this stage has been the worst map count of any stage in the CDL history.
I mean, they made a top 2 this year, though. Fucking Paris Legion year Cold War didn't do that shit.
No, but they still didn't have a map count like they did. Like, they only won 3 fucking maps the entire stage. That's including the major.
I'm gonna do a cookie thing. I said arguably, okay? I said arguably.
Did you? I didn't hear you say arguably. You did not say arguably. You just said...
No, Cookie, you said arguably.
I'm
jumping on your
arguably. Okay,
yeah.
no, that's fair. Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna take that out, then I retract the arguably. They just were the worst team of all time.
Arguably, I think I disagree, okay?
Nah, too late.
Just quickly though, before we get ramped up, even though we're already fired up, I just want to say happy birthday to Pharaoh. Rest in peace to him. He was a legend. Gone too soon, man. Would have loved to see him flourish in the next couple of years. But rest in peace to Pharaoh. And shout out to Florida for still supporting Pharaoh and tweeting it out. That's how I seen it. So shout out to Florida. Really big shit. I really respect that. And of course, rest in peace to Pharaoh and I guess condolences again to the family. Like, me and Cookie have good memories of watching him. And
beginning of Cold War, we had the F3 tag for months.
Yeah, it was
respectable.
Was it World War II? He had a big fucking season.
Yeah.
World War II and
Cold War. He was really good too.
Black Ops.
Not Cold War.
And beginning in M-Dub. Beginning in M-Dub
really
was nasty.
Yeah, 100%. So rest in peace to Pharaoh and all right, I just had to get the one out of the way. Okay, it was a bit sad, that one, but rest in peace. But moving on, okay. Since we're talking about the Vegas and the Legion so much, you know, like let's talk about the big roster moves this week. Standy to Vegas. What do you guys think? Is that up or is it down? Is it up?
It's
or down?
for Turil, so it has been confirmed it was for Turil because at one point nothing had been announced, so we weren't sure.
I guess, can I just quickly jump in here, Cookie? Sorry, my bad, man.
Go for it.
Since you're still in the fucking league, TJ, bro, it is on, okay? 1v1 me, bro. Your host, okay? For your spots. Easy dubs.
So when we heard about the roster move, we did both say, God, we hope it's for TJ. Now, don't get me wrong. I will admit TJ is a phenomenal S&D player.
I got you wrong.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you there. He is. He's arguably top 5 SMG S&D player in this game. But they would still have enough S&D prowess outside of TJ, especially with picking up Standy, because Standy was doing very decent stats-wise in S&D as well as Respawn. But I personally think a better team for this one would have been Turil and Standy as the SMG rather than TJ and Standy. Standy won't be able to come in and do like a Pred Hydra Shotty performance and carry the SMG role in the respawns. Whereas at least Turil was dropping numbers in respawns as well. I think all round they would have dipped in S&D, but all round they would have been a better team in my personal opinion. But that is my opinion personally anyway. I don't know if anybody else has kind of a different opinion of that at all.
Drop TJ, baby. I say it every fucking year.
Manny must be great on his knees to still be in the fucking competition.
Bro, Temp is well looked after. That's all I gotta say. Temp is well looked after.
In bags and in the shit.
I do actually have a bit of a different take on you.
Okay.
I see them, maybe performing better in control. Standy is a better control player than Turil, I personally think. But other than that, I don't think they perform very well in Search and Destroy still. Still think they're going to struggle. Even they picked TJ for Search and Destroy over TJ.
Yeah, but nowadays you can't be a one-dimensional player.
I still personally think that they're not going to. I think it's actually they were starting to gel well as a team. They made a roster change. I don't think that Standy's very ego. He's very ego, and I don't think that's going to gel well with two big egos in the quad league still, with Clay and Temp.
In saying that, having Clay and Temp on the same team, you wouldn't think would work either.
I think he's going to have too big of an ego. He's going to come in wanting revenge over scrap and all that sort of shit, and I don't think he's going to have his head in the game to be very competitive. I think he's just going to be flooded.
I don't know if you guys have been following any of the Scrappy beef with...
apparently there's some backstabbing going on.
What's his name? What's his fucking name?
Standy?
Standy. Fuck, I got him confused. I was like, is this Scrandy?
Scrappy? Standy? Scrandy?
Yeah,
Stappy?
I just fucking had a full blank. They're going back and forth, but like Scrappy's been really pushing the point that Standy's a very selfish player, and that's why he got dropped. So that might have something to factor in.
But I think the selfishness will work well on this Vegas team in the SMG role anyway, wholly and solely because of how bad TJ does in the respawns. Like, just to throw some stats out there, he had his best major, this last major at a .96, that's his best. Overall, his worst was Major 2 at a .81, Stage 3 was .86, which is bang average. He did go positive in Major 3 Hardpoint with a 1.04, but Stage 3 was a .9 for Hardpoint. His S&D KD 1.06 in Major 3, 1.1 in Stage 3, and his Control KD was a .79 in Major 3 and a .72 in Stage 3. So overall, sitting averaged out between Stage 3 and Major 3 to about a .9 flat. 0.86 and then a 0.96. About a 0.91 is his average. Standy, in the most recent stage and major, which was Major 2 and then Stage 3, In saying that, that was shortened as well as while Toronto were having the issues. It was a 0.86 overall and then a 0.85 overall. But prior to that, in Stage 2, it was a 1.14. I'm going to base this more off his Stage 2 KD wholly and solely because it was when the team was kind of more gelled, which is what we would hope to see out of Vegas, at least to start with, before anything arises anyway. 0.114 overall KD, hard point 1.08. S&D was a 0.87, so he does drop off in S&D a little bit, but then control KD is a 1.37. So his respawns are a lot better. I can understand why they've paired the two TJ excels in S&D where Standy excels in respawns. I can understand that. You would think it makes a good duo. The issue is the teams that they are trying to now beat in their standings are teams that have SMG duos that generally work well in both modes, not just one. They're coming up against duos rather than solo players. They're not trying to verse them teams that are like 9th, 10th, 11th to try to get into the top 8 anymore. They're trying to get into the top 8 where I think they're currently sitting 8th or 9th. So they're trying to get into the top 8 and then elevate themselves up. Having SMGs that are good at both, rather one modes instead of both, won't excel them at all, I don't think, personally.
I think Two Real got hard done by, man. Like,
he didn't have enough time. I loved him seeing him walk out with that fucking pillow as well. That shit was sick.
There was times, there was times that he got wasted and you're like, oh fuck, that was a bad move. But there's the clutch moments that he had. And look, I'm not, the main one I remember, and this is nothing to do with you, Benny, it's nothing to do with fucking 100 Thieves. I don't have it out for you. But
never claimed that, by the way.
his comebacks, he got in positions in that game and won gunfights that brought Vegas back. And there was one that I think it was in the kitchen. He took 2 side door and wrapped back door, took another one out, and then one was coming through where cat room is, and he took that one out as well. And that just broke the point completely. Solo broke the point. And I just think that Standy, as he can be too ego, I think he would push and be a bit too aggressive, where I think Too Real is a lot more smarter the way he plays. Okay, his KD's not that great and he's not as aggressive as Standy, but I think his smarts in the game is better than Standy's, personally.
Okay, that's interesting.
I think we've seen Standy be a phenomenal player, so that's my thing. We've seen Standy be the best player in maybe in the league in a certain time period where we haven't seen that at a Too Real, and we haven't seen that at a TJ in a long time.
Not since
if ever.
World War II. He was good at World War II. That's the last time I can think.
So I just don't look. I think Standy's an upgrade. How much of an upgrade, we'll have to wait and see this major. But let's get into the London changes. Now, this is kind of a mystery pick.
Yeah, this one's a bit of an interesting one because we don't get the chance to watch challenges too much due to time difference.
And we got jobs
yeah.
Stuff. Wait, that's it. Give us money. We won't have a job and we'll talk about challenges.
Some sponsors. We'll fucking become a challenges
I'll
podcast.
sponsor anything, bro. You give fucking dildos, lube, fucking. We will advertise.
Man, I'll even wear an anal bead if it means we can do this.
I'll advertise. I don't know. Big Macs, bro. Let's go. Okay. McDonald's, where you at?
Anyway, they've dropped Paul X. They've released him. He's a free agent now, and picked up Ulysses, who is the last sole member of the Boston winners, or the Boston Challengers winners that hadn't been picked up into challenges. Well, one was Too Real, who will now be back in challenges, but he had at least been picked up.
Sorry, just quickly, big shout out to him though. Like, he put in the effort, and to see all his teammates get picked up.
And he was arguably the best. I went back and watched a little bit of the Challengers final anyway, and in the final at least, he was arguably one of the best players on the team.
Big shout out to him because he just put in chocolate time and effort.
Yeah, so I hope for him to do well. It is, Benny, you mentioned it a little bit earlier, a bit of an interesting one because they were starting to actually become very competitive with the 4 that they did have. and then all of a sudden they changed. Like they almost beat Optic, who ended up going on and becoming finalists, top 2. They also had almost beat, I can't remember who they played in their 5th match online, but I'm gonna say it was New York. I think they'd almost beat it. They went game 5, round 11 with them as well, or could have been Boston. I think it was one of the top teams anyway. They'd almost beat them as well. So they were being competitive. They just needed a bit of ice. But instead they dropped Paul X, which out of the 4 on the team probably would have been the one to get dropped, in all honesty. Nasty started playing absolutely phenomenally in the last stage of Major, after the role change. And Asim, he's a wild card. You have him in your team because he's got absolute takeover potential. If he's on in a map, he will destroy the other team basically single-handedly.
Done that. He's actually done that this year. He's taken over the whole map and literally destroyed a team single-handedly.
Yeah. And then outside of that as well, Scraps has been consistent, really consistent actually. Almost dropping positives in every game. So out of the ones that had to be dropped, it was definitely Paul X. And also, I was incorrect. Ravens actually beat Ultra 3-2 in the last online qualifier.
Yeah, and they beat... Did they not beat Optic, if I'm not mistaken?
It was a really good game to watch.
And it was Breach as well. They lost game 5 3-2.
Okay.
So like they've been very competitive that stage, and they're beating teams. They just unfortunately came up against Optic in losers bracket at a Optic home final. So, but I hope for Ulysses' sake, he looks like a very good player and someone that does deserve to be in the league. I hope he does well, and I hope he does. I think London at this stage, with how much they are trying to improve, is almost everybody's second team currently. Everybody kind of wants to see him to do well. But
yeah, my second team is always going to be Vegas.
I said almost. Benny, did you hear me say almost?
I'm pretty sure you said arguably.
I said almost, arguably almost everybody's second favourite team. So all bases covered. But no, I hope they do well. I hope they do well, and I hope he does as well.
I hope they suck. No, I'm joking. I hope they do well too. I do want to see London do well, considering they're out of the US. You know, maybe because it might be the last year as the London Royal Ravens. So I'd love to see them go well.
They're
I'd love to
they're
see
staying European though, I think.
They're staying European, but it's going to most likely be a Spanish.
So, but London's on that list, right? Of no, I'm pretty sure they've won before a major, even if it was in Modern Warfare. I think Legions and Boston are the only two that haven't.
Boston makes sense because they're so new to the league.
Legion as well.
Did Florida?
Legion, yeah, Florida has won Modern Warfare homestands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Toronto won a homestand, so that's them out of the question. Obviously, they just won the last major too.
And they did the massive fucking 5-4 comeback.
I actually think you might be right with those two.
Yeah, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, London did win a event in Modern Warfare. Even if it didn't have FaZe, Dallas, or Optic, they still might have won an event.
I think you're right on that as well. I remember that.
Pretty sure.
They went off.
Because they were good. They came fourth that year in champs.
Also, technically, Legion has won an event. They won the Warzone event with the Aussie boys.
That does not count. That does not count. That does not count. I'll get you if we can count Modern Warfare homestands. We are not counting Warzone wins. The one where they sat in the fucking room the whole game. Is that the one? They literally got circled. They sat in the room for a whole game, got circled the whole time.
Yep, that's exactly it.
That's our greatest showing until Fred turned up. Thank fuck.
So no, they haven't won. They got second at Seattle.
No, that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, they haven't won.
Oh wait, London? London hasn't won?
Yeah, London hasn't won.
Oh, okay, so London's the other team that hasn't won. Yeah, true. I think Modern Warfare was their best year to try and win.
Look at the team they had in Modern Warfare, though. They had a fucking nasty team. Waskin, Scraps, Dylan, Shawnee, and Zero.
Yeah, it's a nasty
And they
team.
had Shane as coach.
Shane as coach,
Assistant coach at the time,
Yeah.
Dominate and Joe. I don't know who the fuck
subs?
Joe is. No, coach.
Okay,
So
yeah,
Joe was head
Dominate's-
coach up until the week 8 Seattle where they got second, and then after that he gets dropped and they get second in the event. The coach gets dropped and they bring in Dominate.
I mean, they got 4th in champs, so.
That's true. That surprised a lot of people, to be fair.
Yeah, I tipped that. I won $800 out of that. Just to let y'all know, man. God tip. That was a god tip. I don't know how I pulled that out of my ass, but I did. Alright, let's do a fucking tier list, alright? Did anyone see the Flanks tier list? That shit was trash. That shit was fucking trash, bro.
Oh, is
That's
that
the most
because,
trash tier list I've ever seen, bro.
Is that because
the
100 Thieves were? Oh, sorry,
No,
LA.
not even that. Not even that. Do you really think
tier.
London is the worst team in the game right now?
No, they had Rocker at D tier and London and LAG at F. I would put Rocker below both.
Yeah, exactly. So,
like, at least...
And yes, it did have to do with LAT a little bit.
At least LAG can win a fucking map. But anyway, alright.
Arguably, I would actually say it's between the two worst teams in the game. Arguably, would be
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Alright, do you want me to share my screen, lads?
Yes, please. Big Boss Cookie Man, please do that.
Alright, I'll pull this across. Okay, so A to D to F is a little bit boring, so I'll put some words in. So we've got the bottom tier is easy
Can you
win.
make that a little bigger, bro? Can you make that shit a little bigger?
I don't know if I can.
Control scroll forward, bro. Control scroll forward.
Control scroll. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Alright, so we've got bottom of the barrel, easy win.
Wow.
Pretty much anybody who comes up against them, it's a pretty easy win for them, essentially. Up from there, we've got a bit of fight. They'll put up a bit of fight, but you know you're probably going to beat them anyway. Upset potential, they're probably mid-pack, but they can definitely upset some top teams. Second tier can beat anybody. They might not be favourites to beat everybody, but they are in with a chance to beat everybody. And then should make finals. Essentially, Major 4 finals, the two teams in should make finals should be there. Now, where do we want to start? Do we want to start with who we think an easy win and work our way up?
Let's just do it. Rocker in the bottom, bro. Let's go.
Are they the only ones in the bottom, do you boys think? Or do you think
yeah, LAG as well.
LAG as well? Okay. We're also going to do it in the way that we'll put teams above. So, with these two in easy win, who do you think beats who?
Fucking London. LAG beats
Really
Rocker.
sweet, yeah.
You reckon?
100%.
Yeah, see,
No doubt.
arguably, I would say that LAG is probably the worst team at this current stage.
Nah.
Rocker can turn it on if
They
they
got
turn
3
it
over
on.
They haven't been able to turn it on since Major 2. They're
I
like
know, but
3-0'd by fucking Thieves.
there's only
off
been
of
one major that's gone past.
but there's also been 5 online qualifier matches and they didn't turn off any of those either.
Pretty sure
Yeah,
they're like
well,
6-0 at the moment.
I would say I would reckon Rocker would be able to beat LAG. But
I personally think LAG would be Rocker. I think it's a game 5, but I do think LAG comes down on top.
Two against one, then. Let's go.
Yeah, 2 against 1 just for this point anyway. If we
Alright.
change down the track, we can change it. So, essentially, Rocker, they're hard because they have the potential to can beat anybody or above. They have the potential, the team's not gelling at all. They didn't make any roster moves, which is a little bit odd. I thought they'd change at least someone. Look at it, Kemi.
Tack Rab said it well. I think it's... Oh no, it was a flank, I think, said it well. It's their way of saying they're defeated. By not trying to make a change, not trying to...
In saying that,
That's such an exploit.
it is, but also in saying that other teams have not made changes before, and look at, like, you look at Thieves last year, you look at Seattle into Worlds last year, top 12 into Seattle went in and got top 3 at Worlds. Thieves went from, you look at their start of the year to Major 4 and Major 5.
Yeah.
not making a change doesn't necessarily mean they're defeated. It could mean that they know what is wrong and they know how to fix it. I guess all we can do is wait and see. But at this stage, with the last major, we will do a lot of recency bias. It is where we think currently, with a little bit of projection going into Major 4. I can't see Rocket improving unless they've done something in this off-season where they've turned everything around. They've done a Seattle, essentially.
Okay.
Unless they do that, I keep them here. LAG, they're a bit of a hard one as well because they started when this team formed, they actually looked really good.
I think challenges thing, no way. Like 3 challenges guys get together with us, so they go hard.
Yeah, they were winning respawns. They were being competitive in S&Ds, and then all of a sudden it's dropped off, and now they can't win either. So
I mean, anyone could have called that, though. Literally anyone could have called that.
Yeah, for sure. But they've got a very competent coach in Marky B, and they've got Arcides on the team. I know there's a lot of back issues with the guard itself not being around next year. But it's weird just how much of a decline these guys have gone on. I was expecting them to go down, not as hard as they have though. But hopefully they do pick it up. I'd like to see them try to at least finish. It doesn't look like they're going to make Worlds, but I'd like to at least see them Major 4 or Major 5 at least do something. Not necessarily get some points, but at least be competitive. That's the main thing for I hope they can at least end on a bit of a bang. Anything else you boys want to add to that, or?
They're really bottom of the barrel teams. Let's move the fuck on. I actually don't expect anything from these teams for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bit of fight. Who do you have here? I can see 3 teams off the rip to put in these guys. Actually, with the names of the tiers, I can see 2 teams to put into here.
With the name of all the lists, I can say only 1 team there.
What? In a bit of a fight, not potential upset or anything like that? Who do you think, Rip?
In bit of a fight, I only see 1 team there, and I say Florida Mutineers.
That was definitely one of my 2, for sure.
Yeah.
Benny?
I'd like to throw the Royal Ravens in there, actually.
That was going to be my second one. I don't think they have upset potential just yet.
We'll see where after Major 3, we're doing the ranking straight off Major 3, right?
Yeah.
This is a perfect spot for them. They showed potential, but they didn't convert the kicks.
And the best way to put it is they showed fight, but they didn't show upset potential.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's oh wow. Our ranking system is flawless.
Thank you. I've been thinking about that all day. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you earlier.
No, man, that was perfect. Honestly, damn. Dropped the fucking mic, walked out, bro.
Oh no, not you. I don't care about
interrupting you. Did you drop the mic on the bus, bro? Did you drop the mic on the bus, Cookie, or?
A little bit. I had to be careful though, because that old chick sitting next to me.
Yeah, true.
So.
Was she like, "Who's a Royal Raven, darling?" So she said.
Who's mutineering? I heard that term when I was back sailing. Sorry, that was a bit rude. Reeb, you were about to say something earlier in regards to. Well, Reeb, what do you think of Ravens?
You don't want to put the fucking Royal Ravens. Where the Royal Ravens go, right?
I would have said upset potential.
You reckon? Even with the roster change, would you think right off the get-go they can upset?
In my head, I think it's without the roster change.
Yeah, even in my head, without the roster change, I saw them turning up, and they, like we said, had 2 very close games that they had the potential for an upset.
But they didn't have the ice to upset.
So they do have potential to upset, they just don't have the ice to upset.
But see, that's where I take them away from the upset potential is because they didn't have the ice. If I'd seen them do an upset...
They had the ice to beat the fucking team
online
that won the whole fucking comp.
Online.
Still the same shit. I reckon
they've got
still
bell
have
fiber, bro.
Upset.
They got that bell fiber though, bro. So I think that bell fiber.
I had 3 teams potential upset, and they would have been one of them.
I can guess who the other 2 are.
Exactly. It's not very hard. I had 4 teams.
Yeah, actually, I was going to say now that I think about it. We'll just leave it like this for now. We'll come back afterwards anyway and see if we should move anything around.
Straight off the rip, I would put Ravens in front of Mutinies.
Okay,
that's fair. No, that's fair. 100%. I'll agree with that one. Alright, so yeah, as you say, Ravens made the change. I'm excited to see how they play. As we say, they'll put in some fight up towards the end of Major 3 and Stage 3. Now with this bit of a roster change, Paul X's numbers had dropped significantly. Hopefully Ulysses can come in and drop some good numbers, which should help Ravens become that upset potential for sure.
Yep.
Who have we got in upset potential, boys?
I'll start it off and I'll say, Breach. Boston Breach.
Ooh, you don't think they can beat everybody?
Nah.
You think they're only upset potential? They're top 4.
Top 4, yeah, but I don't think they can beat anybody. There's
Okay.
only probably 2 teams that should be in that top rank.
Top rank should make finals.
Yeah, no. So there should be 2. I could say 2 teams in the top rank, probably 1 or 2 teams in the second rank, and then majority of them.
There should be more in the second rank than the top rank.
Yeah, sorry. One
Anyway,
in the
we'll
top,
get to
and then-
the other rank shortly. Okay, Rip. So you said that you've got 3. Who's the other 2?
Actually, there would be 4 there now.
Okay.
thinking about it. And
I'm
in
gonna
my opinion-
go ahead and guess it's this one, and this one. Would I be correct in guessing that?
He's totally frozen right now.
I thought he was just in deep concentration.
No,
No,
man,
you
no.
were like frozen. I didn't know what you said.
Oh, I
Yeah,
froze.
no,
or
you
Rip-
were frozen.
Rip, you
were
froze, my
frozen.
guy. You froze.
Is this
I
we
mean-
having a zoom mark?
Did it load for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's loaded
The
now.
4?
That's the 4, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think that's actually a decent order too. That would probably be the order I put
That
them in
is
as well.
exactly the order I would put it in.
Wow, did we agree on something for once, guys? What the
For
fuck?
once we do, but no, we don't.
I
because-
don't agree in this. For me, it's Boston go up there, than these 3 are in upset potential.
Alright, well, I'm with Reaper because I actually
Yep.
think Boston goes down there and like that. Like they're on the. If we can put one in the line between the 2 fucking things, man, Boston would be on that line between upset
Yeah.
potential and can beat anybody.
So they're just in between sort of thing.
They're getting to the point where they can beat anybody, but
Yeah.
they're just not there at the moment.
I hope it's not an LAG situation where it looks like they just hit the ground running. That was their
Yeah.
major and it's done. I really hope that's not it.
I think the
I
big
really love to
difference.
see Boston win, man. I really
Yeah.
love to see it.
I think the big difference between Boston and LAG is that the main one that's been consistent when this team's been formed has been the challenger player that stepped in. Beans has been consistent and frying as fuck since he's jumped in.
Yeah.
And then all it takes for, I think, Breach to go up to that next level is some of the bit more experienced boys to pick up. Like, Awakening's not dropping the numbers he used to. If he steps back up to his old numbers, while Beans and all that's frying like they are, this Boston team becomes very scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
but-
Vivid steps it up, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think this is definitely fair. I'm probably agreeing with you boys where Breach is like just on this line.
It would be
On
on
the
the
cusp.
line.
Yeah, for me they're like just a little bit above rather than a little bit below, but I'm outnumbered, so I'll happily put it this way. And
Don't get me wrong, Cook. I reckon they're very, very close to being at that point.
yeah, yep,
But I just don't see them there right this second.
that's fair.
Like, if they make a final, like a proper final, I'll go, yeah, 100%. They've been playing
Yeah.
really well. If they beat, was it Seattle, where they lost 3-2?
No,
Who did they get knocked out to last
Optic.
major?
It was
It was-
Optic.
oh yeah, that was a blowout as well.
Yeah,
If they beat Optic, then yeah, 100%.
and then I think they lost to Toronto in upper bracket.
Yeah,
think
what
it
was
was?
the score there? Was that close? That game? I'm pretty sure it was.
Ooh, now you're testing my knowledge.
That was
One of the
like
games
2
they played.
weeks ago, man.
There's also a lot of games. Well, that seems schedule.
I'm pretty sure one of the games they played was very close. Yeah,
3-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That if they would have turned that,
Was game 5 a blowout though?
I think it was.
Yeah, was a bit of a blowout, 6-2. But then that one's 6-5.
And then
Yeah.
the control was
Boston's-
radio.
Yeah.
Toronto probably had last map pick though, because they're in the winners. Though would have been higher up in winners.
Yeah. And they would, because they had high seed, they would have had the pick for control too. That 7, 19, 15, 12, 19, 20.
We were actually arguing about this. What do you think's more important, getting to ban a map first or pick the map?
Picking
Because I
for
think banning
control.
the map. I think banning the map's more important, bro. If you hate one control map, then you pretty much win, right? If you're like, I cannot play a CeeLo, right? You ban it every time.
I think pick because there's only the 3 maps, so you've got a choice of one of 2 essentially, and if you ban with the ban, you can only either ban out your worst or ban out their best. So then after that, you can either pick the opposite or the one in between. So I think the picking has that little bit more edge, personally, anyway.
Okay.
But
I'll take your word. I'll take your word for it.
personal opinion, of course.
Yeah,
My only change in upset potential would be putting New York above Legion.
At this current stage, I still think
Yep.
that
At the end of Major 3, Legion above New York, 100%.
Yeah.
I reckon if I honestly, if you really
Even
want to
with,
go into
with
it,
the
Seattle,
change?
Like I
Seattle-
said, oh sorry, Betty, you go.
Yeah, I just think Seattle and Boston are on the same level. I think Seattle, this major really showed that they can do it. Even if they had a poor land showing, I'd say they're about the same as Boston right now. On that cusp of can beat anybody. Depends obviously on this major how they turn, but
Surge has always been that team where they may place top 12, but they could beat anybody. But then their biggest issue is also they can lose to anybody.
yeah.
Like I was saying, I think New York is on the decline.
I mean, they got
Yeah,
top 12, they
last-
can't decline anymore.
That's what I said. I think I said it last potty. That they were on a decline, and I think they're just going to continue being on a decline.
That's fair.
I don't think they're going to show up in the onlines, and I think they're going to be loser bracket.
Do
They're
you
a good team, you never know.
think with this New York team, because of, I wouldn't say the egos, but the potential, I guess is the best way to put it, of the players on this team, they start becoming like the Boston team of last year, where they become kill whores, and that will affect the team more.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
I can see it with Skies, and I can see it with Hydra happening. Kismet,
Yeah,
I think, will
Hydra-
always be the
Hydra-
one that will play like objective, do what he has to do for the team. Priester, I can kind of see that as well, but my biggest issue with these guys, if they start declining, will be how Skies and Hydra react, because they're, as I say, not so much. I mean, Hydra's got the ego, Skies not as much, but they can be very selfish players.
All right, so here, theory, right?
Go for it.
They, in my opinion, right, in my honest opinion, they need a leader. Who's the best person to put in that team?
Clay.
Reaper?
Did he freeze again?
No, I'm here.
No,
I was just
okay.
saying something.
Fair.
Worst
Just
time
threw him on
my
the
name.
spot, yeah.
What do you? Sorry.
They need a leader. They need a leader player. Who's going to be that guy?
Oh, I know who they'd pick up.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to say, I think.
Think
That's okay, you
screen
can say-
in
you
your
can-
face.
I want to say it would be a player from the Rocker, but I'm probably wrong.
So my
was gonna
thought
say Illy.
was, my thought was Illy, right? He's available right now. You could pick him up, and obviously you'd have to drop Priester, which would make me very sad. But he would slot right in there, and he would be a good leader for that team. Maybe get people on the right pages. So that's what I've been thinking about this week is Illy for Priester. Illy probably not dropping the same numbers as Priester, but he might give you that.
In saying that Priest's
team
numbers
leader.
have declined significantly
Yeah.
since stage 1.
So if you're still dropping stage 1 numbers, they'd still be up in the conversation, right?
Yep.
I would love to see that, but I also think that Hydra's ego is too big, and because Illy likes, like, he did it in Optic as well, and that's why they were starting not to gel as well. He's very vocal, and he gets pissed off when they lose, and he'll literally fucking pull you aside and fucking blow up at you, sort of thing. And that's what they were saying with Hydra.
Yeah, it's
If
what
he
Cream
did that to
used to
Hydra-
do and Clay used to do to him, and look
And
how
he
that
fucking
happened.
blew up.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that happen, but in saying that, I
But,
don't
yeah,
think
clash.
Hydra can be under a good leader.
I'm
I
gonna
think
I'm
we
gonna
need
put
someone like
a
Priester.
No, I don't think that's
take.
true. I think he was good under Clay. I don't think he's ever said shit about Clay before.
No, it was more Krim, to be fair.
Yeah.
He got dropped from the team, bro.
Yeah,
Clay-
I know, but
Clay
the year
got dropped
before that,
early.
year in
it
Cold
was-
War.
Clay got dropped from the team, and it was a more
Um,
than one player like that told them to drop him, and one of them was Krim, but the other one was Hydra.
I'm gonna do a hot take. I don't think Hydra will ever win Worlds if he continues down the path he's going.
Okay, I don't think that's a hot take, honestly.
And
Like, honestly,
hot take.
I don't think that's hot. Like, he's a good player and he should probably win Worlds, but there's been better players, probably better players than him that haven't won Worlds.
skilled wise, I don't know. He is one of arguably the most skilled players to come into Europe, at the very least. And
At the very least, yeah, at the very least.
one of the
Easily
most...
the best player out of France, yeah.
Yeah, well, that wouldn't be hard. And a very, very high skilled player if he was in NA as well. Like, he's a very skilled player, but I don't think he'll become a great player because I don't think he'll ever win Worlds because of the way he acts. Because he doesn't allow anybody on the team to be that type of leader, and sometimes teams need that type of leader. Like,
Yeah.
as an example, you look at Shotzi back on Dallas. He had Krim, he had Clay, so they would like Shotzi, Illy, and Hook all would know how to play under leaders because they've had Krim, they've had Clay. You look at even like I know he's still fairly new in the league. You look at Pred. He's not so much one under a leader, but he will be that leader type of player. Like, if you've watched any of the Seattle YouTube, I think it's Drown the Sea or whatever it is, their documentary they do on the stages.
Drown him out? Is that the...
I can't remember what it's called.
Drown the Sea? It doesn't sound right. Drown the
It's probably
sea.
not,
But yeah, I agree. Pred can play, and Pred can also work with it. Like, they have a lot of respect for Lamar, so they
Eye
understand
of the
the
Storm.
necessary...
That's the one.
They have a necessary, they know what is necessary in a leader, and they understand
Yeah.
why it's important. Yeah.
And that allows the team to grow rather than like this New York team, it declined and then it hit a fucking cliff edge.
Hear me out. You said that he liked Clay, yeah?
In Cold War, at the very least.
More so, Clay got dropped too early to know.
Okay, so when he got the go ahead to make the whole team around him, why wouldn't he pick Clay to be a leader in that team?
Well, he never said shit
Because
about him
he
in Cold
obviously
War,
did-
and they played with him all year, bro. That's
But
what I'm saying.
but they obviously didn't gel that well for
Yes,
it to
but
go.
Clayster was also not
Right.
very good at Vanguard.
Yeah, like you look at the two ARs they've got in New York now, would you take Clay over either of those? No. Especially after the Vanguard season.
I might take him over Priester.
Yeah.
See,
I'm
I'd
sorry,
still
I
take Priester over Clay after
I
Clay's
love Priester.
Vanguard season.
I love...
No, but like,
Priester,
after
bro. Like,
Clay's
one of my favorite
Vanguard
players.
season, you wouldn't have been taking him.
No
No.
fucking way.
But I wouldn't have also picked up Priester either.
That was a- dude, they-
I didn't think Priester performed very well at fucking Vanguard myself. I thought that it was very average.
His
Yeah,
team
but,
was
like,
very average,
he's-
though, to be fair.
I think in Modern Warfare 2, sorry, he's proven himself. Like, he's back in the mix again. He's back in the conversation as one of those better players, you know?
Stage
All
one,
these people
anyway.
in New York, that's my issue with New York, is like all these players are really good. Skies, Hydra, Kismet, and Priester, bro. They've all been really good, especially over the last couple of years, you know? So it's crazy to me the decline that they're in right now, and there's something obviously wrong in that team. If it's the coach or there's something going on. I can't tell you what it is, but there's got to
Who
be
is
something
the
going on.
coach?
D-Real, right?
Sender, isn't it?
Oh, Send. No, that's
Sender
right.
is-
Sender.
Co-coach with someone else. isn't it?
Co-coach, yeah, D-Real, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sender and
Um,
D-Real.
Yeah.
Now,
So, I just,
now-
I don't know.
now,
They've got the old style optic happening, don't they? When Sender was coach.
If you look at a pattern that's been happening, it's very easy to understand what's the main problem in this team.
Are we still talking about New York?
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
They started last year.
Number one. They won.
Huh? What?
Exactly.
Oh, no, so they come second in the kickoff.
Kickoff doesn't count, though.
Yeah, it does. It's the first
Then-
win of the
but
year,
they-
regardless.
They're the one that everyone goes, oh, they fucking won a major. It's Prime.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
no, but they
arguably
kick
doesn't
off the
really
Pro-Am.
count.
second kickoff, Pro-Am first, right? And then they got, second major fourth.
Did they get?
Then they
I
declined.
don't think
That's
they
not
got
a
second at
horrible
the
year,
kickoff.
bro. That was shit the rest of the year, but...
But then they declined. They're doing the
Yes.
exact same this year. They were really well this year, and then they declined.
Yeah, at least they picked it up when they
I
did last
don't
year.
think. Did they decline? No. Where are we? Kickoff, 3rd, 4th,
That
Yeah.
was fucking
and
weird.
then 11th, 9th, 12th, 4th.
They
They qualify.
declined.
So 9th, 12th, major 2, major 3, 9, 12th, major 4. They got second. Then they started picking it up after that.
I personally think they were. They started off a great team, and then they started going downhill. I just got one person in my head that keeps on doing the fucking same thing for this team, and I think that Hydra, even though you throw the bags at him and he's a great player, I think that he's the root of all the fucking problems.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's the root of all these issues that are going on in the background of fucking New York.
He's the one factor that goes across all of when New York's had its issues, no matter what game.
To be
He's the
fair, someone
main
needs to
factor.
go over to him, give him a fucking backhander, and just go, you need to fucking settle down because...
But he'd have a cry if that happens.
Yeah, I know, like, what's his name? Krim, the reason why he got dropped is because he said that fucking France is Algeria. Fuck me. Jesus
And
Christ.
that's not even Crib trying to be offensive. That's just him not having any brains. He's not exactly the sharpest bowling ball around.
Anyway.
Let's move on.
The only other team really to touch on is Seattle. As we kind of touched on a little bit, they can beat anybody, but they can lose to anybody. They did start showing up.
You're on that line, bro.
Yeah, in stage 3, major 3. Yeah, I'd say they're more can beat anybody, but they're definitely in between.
You would suck Pred's dick, Cookie, let's be real.
His stats were fucking phenomenal in stage 3.
His stats are always phenomenal.
Exactly! He just
But
needs
he
some
is
help.
not the whole Seattle Surge, man.
That's the issue. If they had 4 Preds, they'd be fucking
Dude,
undefeatable.
if this league was 4 Preds, bro, it would be the greatest thing to watch, okay?
I mean,
Every
we
team
can
that's
definitely
4
agree with
Preds,
that.
bro.
I can
4
definitely agree
Preds
with
in a
that.
Cellium, that thing would be litty.
Alright.
Anyway,
let's go.
he needs help still.
Let's go up.
Alright, can beat anybody. Now I've got probably... I arguably have 3 teams for this one. I only think one is top.
I got 3.
I do too.
Yep.
So, I'm going to put them in order.
You know order? Yep.
Oh, okay, no, you go, Benny, you go, Benny.
I want to go order, alright? I'm going to go
Alright.
Atlanta FaZe, Optic, and then LA Thieves.
Okay,
For this major.
okay.
For this
I
major, right?
would
This
do
major,
that,
if it's this major,
but
it's
that's the
other
only
way around.
difference.
That's all I would be doing too. If
Okay.
it's this major.
Why? Why?
Because Optic beat FaZe.
Optic shut on phase. Like
So
that,
the LA
like,
Thieves beat FaZe,
fuck
but not
FaZe.
on land, you know what I mean? Like,
Optic did
it's
beat
fuck
them on
FaZe,
land.
right? It's fuck
In
FaZe
land.
forever,
Also,
right?
actually,
It's
you
fuck
know
FaZe,
what?
right?
Yeah, done
yeah,
easy.
That's better. That's easy.
It's fuck FaZe, but literally, FaZe is probably the most consistent team in Major 3. They were still, what, number 2 seed? They still made it to 3rd, 4th.
No, they went number 2 seed.
What were they? 15? They knocked out the team in front of them right now on the
Because
last,
it was Surge, then Breach, and
fourth,
then
yeah.
I think it was they were either 4th or 5th.
They were 4th because LA Thieves were 5th because they lost
Yeah.
that game to Breach.
Yeah. So
Honestly though, like as an LA Thieves fan, I believe Atlanta FaZe deserves to be in front of the Thieves there.
I mean, I do as well. I just don't like FaZe.
Yeah, I agree. It's fuck FaZe, right? We hate watching them win. We just hate it. They're the bad team. Sorry if any of the FaZe members aren't watching this, right? You're the bad guys, okay? You guys are the bad guys.
And
Nobody
you
wants to see
love
you
it.
win. And yeah, regardless if you want to play, I'm not the bad. You guys fucking love it.
Especially
You guys rock it.
Slasher. Every time
Yeah,
he
no.
sees some hate comments about him, he jerks off.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Anyway.
If I see him talking about sound EQ again, bro.
Well,
And Optic, bro, in my
snaking's
opinion-
all good now because Celium's on my team.
Yeah, dude.
And then-
in my opinion, FaZe is still in front of Optic, right? Only because they didn't like that. I really didn't think they showed up until day 2. I honestly don't think that.
Yeah, I would actually agree with Betty. Being an massive Optic fanboy, I would agree with FaZe because I would actually say FaZe would be on that line.
Yeah, they're on the line. definitely.
I would say FaZe would be on that line on should
I-
make finals and can beat anybody.
I can't put them on that line until they pick up their respawn.
I agree with you,
Oh.
but they won last major with that respawn.
Yeah.
It hasn't
But
improved at all.
no, it's declined. Is more what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Major 2 to Major 3, their respawn declined even more.
But do you think really, if we run it 100 times Optic versus FaZe, Optic wins 51 times?
Major 3 finals, yes.
Yeah, true.
But that's only because it was Optic Home Series.
That's what I'm saying. So I would say
I think
all
currently, for me
November.
anyway, because we're just post Major 3, for me, Optic's above FaZe. Now, if that was any other major, I probably would put FaZe above Optic because Optic wouldn't have got to where they did without their home crowd. But being post Major 3, I've got to put Optic above FaZe. But
okay.
number
Yeah.
majority.
Yeah, outnumbered.
Yep,
Yep.
okay. I just wanted to clarify. That was all.
Yeah.
And then I don't think it's any competition on Ultra being top.
Exactly.
They look really fucking good. That's all they can
They
be
can't
saying.
do amazing, bro.
They came out looking amazing.
Yeah.
Their comms are thieves level good, bro.
And they don't like. Okay, Kleenex had some pop off moments for sure. Don't get me wrong, but they were just consistent across the board. It's not like they had one player that was a major standout. Like a lot of
Nah.
teams that win.
Is it 50-50 English and American? Because I don't think that's ever happened. Like a 50-50 American English team is one.
European because Kleenex is Danish.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what I mean? EU
Yeah,
and
yeah,
America.
yeah,
50-50,
yeah.
right? I don't know if there's a stat for that, but I don't know if a 50-50 American team. If they can win champs, that would be a first. I guess.
Rock, Toronto last year was 50-50. Maybe even
They didn't
more EU though.
They can win shit, though.
I
they?
honestly think they came out. They played extremely well as a team. They gelled. Like you could see that team, even when they were doing bad, they never fucking looked
the fuck
like
were they doing
blaming
bad?
one person. I'm just saying, even if they were doing bad, like they got like say that out of the 3 fucking control points, they lost one dramatically.
Yeah.
They didn't look like they were going to break ever.
That's
The team looked very well strengthened together, and they
And
looked like bounce back from
I
anything.
think Optic put the fucking blowtorch to him, bro. I really think Optic put the blowtorch to him in that game, and they didn't crack. They
Yeah.
didn't fucking melt at all. They were ready for it.
It was probably the most enjoyable finals out of the 3 finals so far.
You know,
Uh.
Scrap was saying it. The game that they knew that they won the whole tournament was
The
a
search.
search and destroy at hotel.
Yeah, I would have. If it happened to me and I won that fight as Hixie, we would have won 100%.
Yeah.
There's no
That-
stopping me after that.
He said that
If
made
you
them
weren't
go
there,
to
bro.
tournament.
Yeah, but if you weren't there watching it, bro, I've said it a million times. That play from Ghosty was the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
100%.
dumbest shit. And that was the absolute. As soon as I seen that happen live, I was like,
We were watching
Ultra
it,
win.
baby. We were
Ultra
watching
fucking
it.
win. Ultra fucking win.
Yeah.
I said it, bro.
It was dumb. I will say, prior to that, I don't think Ghosty had put a step wrong the entire tournament. That was my... Besides, like, when they went down to losers.
Yeah.
But,
I'm
I
just
thought-
saying, if any other player was
it
in that
just was-
position on Optic, that doesn't happen, bro.
no.
That doesn't happen.
The peak was too slow. The peak was very silly, and they just out of the 101 options he could have picked, he picked the wrong one.
Yeah.
There's
And
100
only one
options he
was
would have won
work.
with. There was only one option he could have lost with, and that was it.
And like that one should have worked as long as Hixie stayed in the same position. Sorry, Reaper.
Yeah, sorry, I'm pretty sure we all agree. And all I'm saying is, I think that we can say that Ultra, especially this major, just look well above every other team.
Yeah.
And I think there's no debate about it.
Yeah, I even
Not-
look
it's
well
not-
above
it's
Optic.
Arguably, it's
Yeah.
100% they were
Yeah.
fucking well above.
There's no arguably for that one. That's just
No.
straight fact.
That's just,
Yeah.
yeah, I think they just they could have outplayed any team. Didn't matter the fucking home ground advantage.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, not even the Green Walkie at Optic over the line, unfortunately, man. They really showed up that weekend, so... excited to see what happens to Optic next major, though, of course.
I think they're on I think they're on the incline. I think
They're on that, for sure.
I think they could be very dangerous this major.
Yep.
Especially now that they've felt the love from the Optic fans. Like going
Yeah.
into that major, they weren't new team. The fans weren't really feeling them that much, and the Optic fans are boisterous. They are fucking loud.
Yeah.
But then they got on that run. The Optic fans really got fucking behind them. I think they'll be coming into this next major and stage with some fucking confidence.
100%.
So
100%.
cool.
Arguably.
That's a good tier list, boys. That's a way better tier list than the flank, okay?
Oh, it's a pretty solid one, and I think we've got them in the right order. I think that seems about right for me anyway.
I'm happy to leave that as is,
100%.
honestly.
100%.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch it. Only thing I would say though that we talked way too much about, I think actually subliners are on that side, but are probably on the cusp of being on that line.
They're on the line. They're on the line below, yeah. 100%.
Below, yeah. I think that they're there now, but they're on that line for being below.
Yeah, I reckon. We'll see this major, though.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
All right, who
Cool.
wants to pick them first, huh?
Oh, Jesus, you guys can go.
Oh, he wants to steal off our pick'ems, bro. He
Do you
needs to.
want me?
He needs all the help he can get, bro.
I'm already sharing my screen. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, just go first, bro. Go.
Alright.
I was gonna see. Can we check the leaderboard out first, please?
I most certainly can.
Yeah, sick. I just want to see who's on top. I want to see who's on top. All right.
I'll be back. I'm going for a smoke.
Yeah, you're gonna need to, bro. Okay, go get that smoke in you, dog. You're gonna need it. Wait, but for real though, Optic sucks.
Yeah, no, they're getting fucking top 12 this
They're
next one.
they're the worst team in the league. No cap. There he is. Yes. Yes.
There we go. So for Major 3,
Ooh, somebody got a couple points there.
I took it by a fucking country mile, so fuck you all. For all up, is it this one?
Yeah.
That one. All up, we got Benny up top.
Oh, it's still me.
Then Nap
I can
in
almost
second.
feel the $20 from everybody. I can almost feel it.
And Reap in third, and me fourth, and Crosso fifth. Now, in saying that, I've caught up a lot with that last major run.
Yeah, I'm
coming for that booty.
I mean, good luck, bro. Good
Yeah,
luck.
we'll see.
I've been in the league for
There's
like
still
2 straight majors.
2 majors and the champs to go. Anyway, so we'll see who takes it down. So we've had. We didn't do major 1 because we were a bit late to the party. Total, give me total. Okay, there we go. So you won major 2, Benny. I got verified. And then I won major 3. You got second. So we've had 2 separate winners for the majors so far, just like the CDL itself. Separate winners.
Yeah. Wait, major 1, who was it? Reaper?
No, major 1. We were a bit late. We didn't do major 1
because it didn't start till major 2. No, these didn't start till fucking major 2 again.
Possibly, sure. Yep. So we'll get on to predictions for week 1. That is major 3. Oh, we can't do what? No, fuck away. We can't do major 4 yet.
That's cap.
That's ridiculous. Okay, to fantasies.
To fantasies. That's dog shit. Why can't we do that, bro?
That's so stupid.
That's actually the a cookie. Oh, I was about to say your password is probably relax.
It's like there's anything on this website anyway. Fantasy team for major 4. Now, do we want to do it where we go 2 SMGs and 2 ARs? We pick 1 for each role.
I might have already picked mine, so go fuck yourself.
Oh, well, fuck you. I'll still do it anyway. Captain pick, eh?
Yeah.
Actually, wait. Fantasy. What did you get for your previous fantasy, Benny?
I was top 50%.
I did shit.
Yeah.
I did. Arcides was not a good pick. My Ghosty picked them well, though. I picked Ghosty and I picked Nero. They did well.
Arcides let me down. I would have been way higher with that Arcides.
Arcides and Priest let me down. Fucking Priest was $7 and he only got me that many points. How rude. Alright. I will start with. Excuse me.
Let's go back to the homepage.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I think I got a good team. I'll let you go after me, bro. After Cookie, I'll go last.
For my captain, I'm going Ghosty. I said Optic to win stage 4, Ghosty MVP.
Okay, whatever you say, boss.
Yeah. I am going Ulysses for a pick. It's $25, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So that's an SMG and an AR. I got Donnie Temp for my other AR. Leaves me $7. I need another SMG. Nope. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm not going to go Donnie Temp. I'm going to go... Where is he? I just saw him before. Nasty. I reckon man's going to pop. And then for my other SMG... Standy. Done. So I'm going with?
I'll let you go, Benny, because I've got to get my fucking password back.
Alright, well, I've already done mine. I'm already fucking... So you better hurry the fuck up.
Also, Rip can't do pick'ems just yet.
Yeah, for
figure
some
that out.
reason. For some reason.
I heard that. I heard you.
You wanna?
Alright, so these are my pick'ems right now. Can you guys see them?
Yep.
I'm just gonna pop them on my screen as long as you guys can see them. I've got Celium because he's gonna drop numbers and he gets what 1.1. FaZe is guaranteed a good spot at the major, pretty much. You know what I mean? I went with Standy because he's cheap. He's going to have a fire round to show off, you know what I mean? Otherwise, they're going to get 2 real back, guaranteed. Hixie, right? Hixie was a really, really fucking cheap price. And you know Ultra's going to make a run, regardless of Hixie's stats. So that'll be good placing at the major.
Yep.
And Drazer's due a good major, my thoughts. I think LAT is going to have a big bounce back round. And I think a lot of it's going to be owed to this man right here. But I had to put Celium. I had to buy the expensive player as the captain for sure. Because...
That's fair.
Yeah, he's going to drop. He's probably still dropping some of the best numbers in the league right now.
Yep.
And this is my team from last major. Beans did me well. Simp did me well. Hook did me extremely well.
Fuck,
but
Hook dropped numbers. Jeez,
Yeah.
Hook was a big pick for you.
Yeah, but Arcides let me down, unfortunately. And I've done shit otherwise this year. This was okay. This is an okay team. Octane 2 big times. Like look huge numbers from Octane both times.
Still didn't pick him.
Yeah, this time I didn't pick him. It would have been $5 though.
No, that's
just
true.
Arcid is a good pick for $5. He just is a
Yeah.
good pick for $5. So
Well, normally anyway.
yeah. And how are you doing, Reaper?
Just give me a couple secs, and I'll be right with
This guy, couple sex, bro. Good. This guy, bro. This fucking guy, bro. Yeah, I'll get something to watch now, I guess. So yeah, that's good. Let's watch this. Oh, yeah, so let's talk about what we did this week, though, because it was a nice little. We had a little watch party. Let's talk about that. That was fun. I had a lot of fun. Reaper unfortunately dropped out halfway through.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Of that
We
LA,
started the Saturday really fucking well.
Yeah, 100 Days match. That 100 Days match is like one of my favorite matches ever in Call of Duty. So that was exciting to watch again and relive that one more time. So I'm excited to do that again with you guys sometime in the near future. So it'll be great off-season potential. Great off-season potential right there, bro.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, they are some interesting picks.
I'm still going. I'm just playing with it at the moment.
Well, I'll just pop this back up on the main screen then. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's watch LA Thieves lose, unfortunately, to FaZe.
Damn, Clay's going for $8. Fuck.
Yeah, he must have had a big major.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of his search results, because I think search weighs differently, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
And he's pretty objective based too.
So I'm going to check the sound on real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Who you gonna pick, Rip? Who you thinking? Who you thinking?
Yeah.
Who you thinking? You really think Cameron's gonna do any good?
I was gonna put fucking TJ in the belly.
You not get many points with that pick.
Yeah, I would have been happy as hell. I've been like, easy dubs, bro. I am not joking, bro. Okay, but I actually, you know what? I want to sponsor so bad. I'll let TJ sponsor this podcast. Okay, I would let TJ sponsor this podcast, and that's fucking saying something. Okay, that is saying something right there.
What about if he said you had to be nice to him? You wouldn't let you talk him anymore, though.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
see,
He's sponsored this podcast, bro. His biggest hater would be out of here, bro. One foul swoop for fucking $5 a month, okay? The biggest hater would be gone. Honestly, bro, since Black Ops 4, that man has annoyed the
I think
shit
I'm
out
gonna
of
leave
me.
that like that. To be fair,
Alright.
You're gonna go through?
Put it through so you can tell us about your picks and we'll see.
And don't forget to save it.
faces.
Don't forget to save it.
Classic Reaper move, bro.
fucking press the
Classic
button
Reaper
right this
move, bro.
fucking second. Relax. Jeez.
No,
Just
we need
making
to
sure.
show you.
We gotta delay all them fucking excuses from you.
Yeah, motherfucker, don't you G's ass, okay? Don't you G's ass, alright? Save your fucking picks, cunt.
I think Simp played well through majority.
Oh,
of
really?
the
This
matches.
Simp guy, I've never heard of him, bro. Does he play well?
Is he a rookie?
Putting as captain. Simp I'm putting as captain.
Okay.
That's fair.
I love Octane. I love watching him. I think he's very consistent in all game modes. He's been playing out of his mind lately. I think he was good last year. But I think he's better this year, in my opinion.
No, I don't think he's better. I think he's exactly the same. I think he's just GOAT. The gun's a GOAT. He's literally a GOAT in every game he plays. He was a GOAT on
And-
Seattle Surge, bro.
No, he was kill horror on Seattle Surge.
For the
Still dropping numbers though, right?
for the hope of
London.
Royal Ravens to pick up, I would say that if they do pick up, Sim's going to be playing a big part still because he is a
Okay.
leader of the team. So I think he was extremely cheap for $4.
Good buy for $4 for sure.
Yeah, it's a good.
I
pick.
would the last two that I like pick 3 and pick 4. I would have actually thought a Sim would have been $5 and Vivid would have been a $4 pick.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I think Vivid's probably the
Exclusively
$5
placing.
because Boston done a bit better than London.
Yeah, exclusively placing. Yeah, at the major.
Vivid has a bit of ice.
Yeah,
be fair.
100%. Yeah, I agree.
And I think if there is situations where he's last alive, I think he pulls out some ice.
It's very few and far between because of how aggressive the fucker is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he opens up the map for the rest of his team. Though.
Yeah.
That's what he's best at.
Yeah.
100%. He will be a reason they make a run at the major.
I
Go on.
don't see this team being too bad, to be fair.
No, they're pretty safe picks to
No.
be fair.
Yeah, it's a solid team.
But
Yeah, I think my team's going to be the best, but it's whatever.
Mine's very out there. I ain't gonna fucking lie. I think I
to be
picked two.
fair, Benny,
I picked
I
two
missed the
London
whole
players.
fucking
I think.
Oh, you want to see my picks again?
yes, please. I missed your whole
Yeah, I'll stream my
It's
stream
average
again.
at best.
Average at best. This guy, bro. This guy with his weak ass team, bro. This is my pick'ems. This team here, I got Selim as captain, Standy, Hixie, Drazza. Because I think Selim's always going to drop numbers. Standy's got to prove that he's good. Hixie's probably going to make it to another final, and Drazza owes me a big fucking major. Okay, he owes the LADs a
That
big
is-
major. Bro.
See, average at best.
That is a good fucking team.
Average at best.
Huh? Huh? Fuck are you talking about, Cookie?
Average at best. FaZe are gonna do shit. Thieves aren't gonna do anything till next major. Legion are just gonna be top 8 like normal.
And Pred's going to drop a 0.9.
I didn't pick Pred.
Well, suck my dick instead of Pred's.
It was the first. I think it was the first time I hadn't picked Pred to be fair. But the fuck
Last
was,
one.
it was $10.
We got our last topic. I think we already talked about the winner. I'm not going to talk about MVPs. As Reaper said, it's a bit too early to talk about MVPs with the next major. So, Expo, the new map. I think it's still unclear if we're going to see it this major, but Optic doesn't like Expo. Fun fact.
Majority.
Yeah, you had to put that in, didn't you?
Majority.
Yeah. I actually think it plays pretty well. I got the chance to play it today. I think it's one of the better control maps easily. It allows for you to play both points pretty much simultaneously, which allows for some plays in control, which a lot of the control maps in this game don't have. Tell me to play on Fortress control because I don't fucking know it.
Spawn camp.
No, I'm talking about on attack. Don't die. Try your best not to get your ass fucked. Is that the play on control Fortress?
Pull out an AR and go to blacksmith.
Now, Benny, you've actually played it in more of a competitive nature. You played it, I'm guessing, in ranked.
Yeah, I lost. It was great.
Yeah,
7 games in a row.
Wasn't
I'm
a
nearly
3-0 though.
5-1.
That's my thing.
Do you think that the 8 point on that map is a little bit too open?
Nah.
you got two sides that they can flank you from.
Okay.
You've got, because it's majority of people when they try and cap it go underneath that cover.
Yep.
So
Whereabouts is the airport? I've not played it in competitive yet, but I played a lot of it in pubs.
pool. It's right by the pool on
Yeah,
the
so
attacker
right-
side.
Oh, so
Right
that
next
little
to-
like annex area underneath the like main,
Yeah,
the big
exactly.
middle
Like a
building.
box.
Yep.
It's actually
Yeah.
quite a big hill, though. I think you're underselling how big the hill
I think
is.
it's like P1 in hardpoint for it.
that's another thing. Do you think that the hill sizing is way too big?
Couple
No.
of them.
No, I think maybe B is too big, but also it's a hard thing to cap because it's like.
Whereabouts is
I
B?
think it's easily defended. It's
So
in
you-
the music hall,
Theater.
the stage.
Oh yeah,
You know,
where the like the forklift is. Not the forklift,
Yeah.
the like scissor
Yeah.
lift. or
Yeah,
whatever the fuck
scissor
it's
lift.
called.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
scissor
yeah,
lift,
yeah. Okay.
So it's easy to get to both points though. So what I was doing, right, I was splitting points, which is something in Control that you should be able to do, right? Something you do in Cold
Most
War, something you do in
maps.
Black Ops 4, right? Is split points.
Yeah.
Black Ops 4 probably because it was 5v5, and Cold War because it was decently made. You know, it's like both the control points are at a point where you can move across the map to get to the other control points. Split
Even
the point.
Vanguard, some of the maps like Tuscan and Berlin, you could do that. Not so much Gav, but Tuscan and
It's
Berlin,
too-
you could. To a
They're
degree.
too far away, to a degree, yeah, but they're too far away where this is like the control points are within like 20 in-game meters of each other, I would
Yeah,
say.
they're very close.
Yeah, so I think Expo is actually going to play pretty well. I think we're going to see some plays on it. It's not just
Cool.
going to be defense heavy.
There is one big fucking argument. Is it better than Fortress?
Yes.
100%.
12 million %.
100%. And
Dude.
it just plays a lot better than.
Dude, this is what Ghosty was saying that I gather in challenges they've practiced hydro control and they reckon it's playable.
Okay.
They don't know. He doesn't know why they're not playing hydro control because he reckons it's extremely playable. Which actually is something I was going to test out, which I forgot to test out with the
Wait.
points are and whatnot.
Maybe we have a look after.
Yeah, after this for sure. But I just wanted to bring that up that some of the pros aren't happy with Expo, and I actually have no fucking idea why.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's
look,
probably
I
the
haven't played-
subs or the ARs that just sit in the fucking window and shoot down.
Look, I was playing a sub. Like I'm a sub player. I enjoyed the map.
For Fortress Control.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
But
Leave them in. Leave them both in. I fucking hate Fortress Control, but fucking leave it in.
Bit of variety is
We-
never bad.
Four
Well,
maps. Four
I
fucking
think we
maps.
said this off stream, but we're all talking about it. We don't necessarily need to take out a map.
Yeah, we're talking about Saturday night. Like,
Yeah.
3 maps isn't a big fucking like. If it happens a lot as well. It's like one night we'll see the entirety of the Control one map. Like one day it will be just fucking Greenberg Hotel Control the entire fucking day, and then
Yep.
another day it might be Fortress Control. Like, there was a Saturday or the Sunday at fucking the major. It was just Control fucking Fortress the entire fucking time. And every time it came on in the series, you could hear the crowd just boo. Because it was the same map mode combination the entire fucking time. Like,
I just think.
why can't they put in
for-
Hydro, put in Expo, bam, that's 5 control maps that they can pick.
I've
There's-
played. Sorry, go B.
There was 4 fucking game modes in Black Ops 3. 4 game modes. Why the fuck can we get more than 4 maps in Control?
I enjoy seeing 2 hard points.
I'm not saying you should take out a game mode, right? I'm saying that there's less control maps in the game
do
right
it like
now,
Halo,
right?
where one team chooses the mode and then one team chooses the map.
Well,
but
not
always
even that,
game
right? I don't
5
think we need-
be S&D.
I don't think we need another mode. What I'm saying is there was more modes in Black Ops 4 than we have currently, right? Maps in the CDL rotation for Control.
True. Yeah, that's
Yeah. Look, in saying that, I've played. It wasn't in ranked, obviously, but I played pubs map in hardpoint.
Yeah.
I thought the pub's hardpoint 4 was actually not that bad.
Fucking great. I loved it.
I don't know about great, but it was good.
No. The locations for the hard points were in spots where it could be broken very easily, but in saying that, it could be held very well.
Yeah, a good setup you can hold it, but a good offensive setup you can break it for sure.
I thought that actually played really well.
Although it's a
team.
have managed to spawn trap in this map already. You can spawn trap people
yeah.
on the right hand side, like near the theater area, like at the back area behind the theater area.
Yeah.
You
I
can
did
spawn
already.
trap.
You talking about Control?
Yeah.
You talking about Control?
Yeah.
I literally figured
I
out
did
my
it in.
first
We
game.
did it in hardpoint. Me and Julesy played a hardpoint, and us two, we just spawn trapped them in the hardpoint. Our team
Yeah,
was sitting in the fucking window above the pool, and me and Julesy just had. One of us was watching the street. One of us was inside watching the side door. Spawn trapped them because the other guys were locking the spawns.
Go,
There's
Rip.
3 points where you spawn for, I think it's defense in control.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that is lower atlas, the big atlas circle, lower. It's in the back, bottom bottom left hand corner, right next to B point.
Mm.
And
Okay,
there's one
so
of the-
that's the theater building sort of thing where you
Yeah,
got the doors to
there's-
go into the building. That
Where the
ramps.
yeah,
Yeah.
So where the staircase is.
Yeah,
bottom
that's
left
where you
of
can
the
spawn
staircase.
trap in hardpoint for them too.
Then there's one behind, like the back doors.
Yep.
They spawn where the cars are in the back
That's
corner.
where I was fucking them from. Yeah, go on.
And then for A side, if you spawn them out of that side, the A side
In the
is
tent.
where the medic tent is.
Okay. All right. True.
And there's only 3 spawns, and it's more predictable, and that's where I like it because it's a predictable spawning system. Okay, you can spawn camp as well, but you know where the 3 spawns are. They're not going to spawn in your fucking side.
Oh yeah.
Pisses me off. Like,
Do you think the
all
map's
get
big enough
flipped.
for the spawns to work, Ripper? Is that what you're saying?
100%. This is one of the games that it feels like a mix of LSE low cross hotel.
Yeah, but it doesn't have like there's no point in the map
That's an
where it's like,
interesting combination.
here's a big soccer field, and you're gonna get fucked if anybody's inside the windows right there. There's not a point on the
There's
map.
cover
There's not
everywhere
that
you
one.
spawn.
Look,
Yeah, the pool. The pool's the only place you can get
Yeah.
fucked in. You shouldn't be in there in the first place.
it has that feel that it's a mix between those because it is very open. You've got a lot of channels outside. It is an open map, but in saying that, it is a bit like corridor-ish inside where like the theater is. You got the downstairs. You got behind. It is a lot of corridors involved, like hotel.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a mix between 2 maps, but I fucking love it.
It's a
I love
good
that.
map.
I
It's
love
quite
the
enjoy it.
open
It's a
factor
good
of it.
fucking. It reminds me, you know, it reminds me. Somebody said the old Black Ops 2 map. I was like, nah, right? No, it doesn't remind me of an old Black Ops 2 map. It reminds me of like an old Modern Warfare like 3 map. Like
Yeah,
I would say like maybe even a Ghost map where like there is just pockets of areas where you can have gunfights. Plus, it's a nice setting. Plus, it looks really nice, bro. But it's got that Infinity Ward map style where it's like, this is an area that looks real, right? But it's
Yeah.
also a good area to play in rather than fucking, what is that? Like a border crossing where it's like, here's a lane of cars and more cars and more cars and also a giant tunnel. Yes,
Yeah.
this is a realistic place to have a gunfight, but it also doesn't work for a map where
Yeah.
this clearly works from a map. And I genuinely think they got
I
inspiration
think it's
from that
closer
apartment map.
to the old style COD 4 maps.
I would say brighter, but yeah, I would say it has
Like
like a
the
more
layout
code
anyway,
format.
where it's, as you say,
Layout
you've got
wise,
like
yeah.
the long corridors for your ARs, your snipers,
Yep.
but then you've got the SMG side where you fucking go through. Yeah, like,
If
it
you-
reminds
so
me
the
very
stage,
much
right?
of Strike.
Okay, I can see that. I'm looking at it like this, right? It has like the stage, right?
Yep.
And that stage is that long area, right? Where there's a couple doorways and shit you can come through, right? Very realistic setting, right? You got the up top for the snipers, you can fight down on the stage, and then you got that back area, right? That's SMG heaven right back there.
Yeah.
You can you can play around that area, and
where
you know
the,
even
where the seating is as well. You can just
Yeah.
And the
just
like the outdoor bar that looks over the
Yep.
pool as well, that you can look into like
Yep.
the sniper room sort of thing.
it's
Look,
generally good.
It's a map.
I enjoy playing it. I played it with Julesy quite a bit on the when it was free to play for everyone else too. That's all we'll pretty much play. I played it about fucking 12 times back to back.
Yeah, it's a good map.
Played every mode except for Search and Destroy.
I
don't
played
know how to
Surge.
play.
I played a Surge
The only
last
one
night.
I had never got to play was Control.
It's
For
a
some
good
reason,
Surge
it's
map
never
too.
picked up for me.
I don't know how Search plays, but I love every other game mode.
It's really, bro. Search on that map is quite fun because it's like a classic Search map where it doesn't feel like you're just sprinting to get to a point, right? It feels
But
like
is
you're
it-
slowly moving your way around the
Yeah,
map,
but
trying to get a pick.
Is it also a nightmare if you're on 1v4 or 1v3 because it is a bigger map? You don't know where the fuck they're gonna be coming from.
But then in saying that, they don't know where
nightmare.
you come from.
The nightmare, there's a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of routes you can take. as a-
Mentality
as a
reap.
1v4.
When it's a 1v4,
No,
you don't think, oh,
Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm not saying that as a mentality thing this time. I'm just saying It's a big fucking map.
All right, I think we're gonna leave it there anyway. Expo is a good map, and Reaper hates Optic for some reason. I thought it was his favorite team.
And his mentality is shot.
What the
Yeah.
fuck did I say? I hate Optic.
That time you left during the London game.
Yeah.
I'll never
No
let that
faith.
down.
No
I'll
faith.
never let that down.
Christ.
I watched my team get reverse swept for 200 to 60 and a half winning pro. Okay, and I still
There was
stayed with it.
less faith than a Satanist in a church.
Yeah, I just didn't have the heart to watch my team lose. I'm sorry.
Did they lose though?
I felt like they were
Did they
very
lose though?
truly going to lose that game.
But did they lose?
You made it very adamant today they didn't lose those. So. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to the IGL podcast. No better way to spend a Tuesday, okay?
We kept it
any
under 2
final thoughts,
hours.
please? Yeah, under an hour and a half.
Yeah. Fuck, we
We
did well.
smashed it this week. We did smash it
It
this
did,
week.
it did help that we didn't get the chance to do pick'ems.
Yeah, Pick'ems are big.
we spent a lot of time on
Yeah, I was
pick'ems.
looking at the clock after the tier list. I was like, ooh. But final thoughts, please.
Go fuck yourself, man.
Jesus. Rude.
Whatever makes yourself feel better, bro.
Good mentality equals good teamwork. For ranked.
And don't solo queue, boys and girls.
Oh yeah, definitely don't solo.
I mean, just don't queue into ranked in general.
Good point. Play Halo instead.
No,
All
look,
right.
look, banter between mates should be more than having that competitive edge if you're just a social player.
I'm just saying, CS:GO was more fun than ranked has been since. The
We
first
saw
day.
into our Valorant replacements.
Yes. We should get Bear
No,
into that. We
no.
should get Bear into some CS.
Oh, Barry would be so down, I reckon.
For some CS.
Yeah.
Well, I will love you and leave you, boys. I'm going to play fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah, have fun
All
with
right.
that one.
Enjoy
What about
yourself.
Battlefield? You play Battlefield, Rip? You play Battlefield?
I don't even have. The fucking that thing is expired and I haven't fucking paid for it again.
Fair enough.
You got the play.
Game Pass trial.
Can't be fucking for
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the IGL podcast. Check out the CDL this weekend. We will be here. Some of us probably be watching it. Is anyone streaming live? Is anyone
Oh, I might.
Yeah,
Just might need to find some soundproofing before doing it.
it's hard to watch on YouTube, as we all watch on YouTube, but maybe it'll come back and we'll do the whole black screen thing and watch. Anyway, this has been the IGL podcast, and have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.